Well, hello, my friend. Welcome to the Artist Next Level podcast. Very excited to be here with you. I'm recording this session right from my studio, and I have a question for you. Do you ever find yourself questioning your artistic journey, like doubting your creative choices, the things that you have done, or even the things that you may want to do, but you don't even know where to start or what to do next? Perhaps you're feeling uncertain about the impact of your art in the world, like wondering, does it really matter? Will I be missed if I stop making art? Will somebody miss it? Those are really great questions, and my friend, I want to dive into those questions briefly today here as I take a little break from my studio. And also, very important, stay to the end because I have a gift for you. Yes, I have a gift which is totally free for you, right? Well, I guess if it's a gift, it's gotta be free.
Resources, inspiring interviews, business practices, and practical advice to take your art career to the next level. Join Sergio Gomez in today's Artist Next Level and get ready to take control of your career.
Well, my friends, super excited again to be here. I've been thinking a lot in the last few months about this idea which I started sharing with you guys back in January when I said, you are an artist on a mission. And really, I said that because I needed to remind myself of that. A lot of the things that I do in my coaching programs, in the challenges that I create, in all the things that we do inside our next level are really because I need them. I really create things that I, as an artist, need. No matter how long I have been making art, sometimes, I walk in the studio and I ask myself, does it really matter? Does all this stuff, does it really matter? Does it matter that it matters? As a second question, as a follow-up question to that. Will somebody even, miss me if I stop making art for a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years? Will I be missed? Those are really interesting questions for us to dive into and to think about as we look into this idea of clarity, focus, reconnecting with our mission, understanding, what that is all about. And that has been a process for me too this year, to tell you the truth. This is also kind of an open heart type of episode. So, to tell you the truth, it's been a rough year for me, in the sense of this a year of transitions. We're moving from Chicago to Miami. We're also changing the location of my gallery, 30 Contemporary Gallery, again from Chicago to Miami. The whole family, kids are going to college. The idea of the empty nester type of thing, kind of like, oh, I guess that's me now. So all these kind of changes have rapidly come. As I turned 50 and now going to 52, it's like, dude, sometimes you look back, you're like, wow, does it really matter? What's the rest of my time is going to look like? What do I want it to look like? What do I want it to happen? And that's when, at the beginning of the year of 2023, I started talking in my blog posts, in my Instagram reels, in my emails, if you're in my email list, talking about this idea of, let's reconnect. I'm an artist on a mission. I need to believe that I'm an artist on a mission. And then, as I believe that, and then, thinking about that more and more, then I started to share it with you, share it with the world, share it with my friends, with other artists, say, hey, you're an artist on a mission. And then before I knew it, other artists were reminding me, when I talk to them, I'm an artist on a mission. Which was really neat, all of a sudden it's like, wow, I guess we need to remind ourselves that we are artists on a mission. Now, here's the truth. It was really easy in January to believe I was an artist on a mission, because January, new year comes in, you are full of, energy for the new year, you have a great outcome and expectations for the year. We usually start with a challenge for also the new year here inside our Next Level program. And it is really fun, it's really exciting, right? So everybody's like, yes, I'm an artist on a mission, and it's awesome. But now you fast forward, through the spring, through the summer, and now we're kicking into the fall, kicking into the last quarter. And I've been coming back to that same question. Am I still an artist on a mission? Am I still the same artist on a mission that was super excited in January and all, kind of calling everybody to come to become an artist on a mission with me? Am I still in the same boat? Do I still feel the same energy? Do I still feel the same thing? And the reality is, my friend, is like, this summer has been really rough. Besides what I told you with the move and all that, which are, external situations, also internally, behind the scenes, I got really sick. So for a couple months, I couldn't do a whole lot. It was really hard to do even my social media. So it was really debilitating. I'm just getting out of it right now and trying to get back in the swing of things. So, coming even from that, that sense of not being able to do what I want to do, asking myself those questions, as I was kind of a little bit more subtle on my social media, not posting every day like I normally do. Did anybody miss me? Did anybody even notice, right? Does it really matter if I didn't make art for 3 months because I just couldn't do it? All those questions kind of begin to trickle back in me. So as I started to think about that, then I decided, as we are here, kind of post summer, beginning of fall, getting ready for the new last quarter of the year, I think it's time to reconnect. And I said, well, I'm going to work on this for myself and also help, bring others who may be in the same boat as I am, where maybe this year you started really with great expectations and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I'm not sure where am I going? Or maybe actually it's been going great. Actually, maybe for you, like this year, like, oh, Sergio, this is my best year ever. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm super happy for you. And even then, it's a good idea to reconnect with your mission, reconnect with those questions, reconnect with this idea of what is it that I do and why do I do this, right? What's the purpose? And to help you as you do that, reconnect with your mission, to get excited, to motivated, to become unstoppable. So to me, an artist on a mission is an artist who feels that they have purpose, that they have a purpose, that when they walk in the studio, they're not just making pictures, right? They're really embodying their purpose in the world. That's really, what I think an artist on a mission is. An artist who embodies, their mission through and make it visual through their work, right? It's an artist also who is intentional. An artist who is intentional. An artist who, makes things with intention, not by accident, but because they have an intentional reason of why they do things, from why you post in social media to the colors you pick for your palette or you're working on. So I'm looking at my paintings here right now. I'm working on 3 canvases with a lot of color pink, and that's intentional, right? I'm selecting some colors. I need to feel alive again. So an artist on a mission is an artist who's intentional. As we go through, wins and losses, great times, bad times, we still are intentional. We're intentional. And then, to me, the third thing is that an artist on a mission is an artist who is unstoppable. Really, it's unstoppable. When you are on mission, when you feel that you have a mission, when you believe that you walk in your studio because that's your purpose, that's your mission, and you're intentional, you become unstoppable. And to me, an artist on a mission is an artist who is unstoppable, who, you may be sick for 2 months, 3 months, and you can't do anything, but on the other side of the struggle, it's you, the artist, making the art, making the thing, right? When you get a no through that email, through that gallery that you've been wanting to get into, and it hurts, for one day, the next day you wake up, it's a brand new day, the sun is shining again. It feels like life gave you another opportunity. It's like, I'm an artist on a mission. I'm unstoppable, right? You feel unstoppable when, that collector that comes to your studio decides not to buy anything and you really need the money, right? Those days when it's tough to be an artist on a mission, you still are an artist on a mission, right? Because you remember that, you believe it, and you embody it for yourself. So, my friend, I want to invite you. In this episode, I want to invite you. Like I said, I'm going to give you a gift too, so don't go anywhere. But I want to invite you to rekindle that light, that maybe you had in January, and maybe along the way you had lost it a little bit, or you had forgotten a little bit, or you just got too excited because so many amazing things have happened that you sometimes forget what it's all about, right? Um, and I want you to reconnect with that, to think about it, to spend maybe a few minutes after this episode in silence. Turn off the world, turn off your social media, your phone, any noise. Maybe go for a walk after this episode. Maybe take a 5-minute walk, or just go and sit down in the porch, or if you are in a condo, just look out the window. If you're in the middle of the city, just go to a coffee shop, treat yourself to a nice coffee, and disconnect. Don't get in your phone. Just get into yourself, get into your own skin, and do an exercise of self-awareness. Feeling every part of your being, every part of your muscles, every emotion that you carry, with emotions of joy and happiness, and emotions of sadness perhaps too, or frustration, and acknowledge that. That's who you are. That's where you are right now, right? No matter how amazing things look on Instagram, we know that behind that amazing, beautiful studio that we see on that particular artist who looks like everything's going right, there are fears. There are also struggles. There are pains that we don't know, we don't see, because all we see is like this masquerade, this theater, this face that we put out into the world. But behind all of us, we're all human beings, right? We're all made of flesh and bones, and sometimes our spirit is crushed, and sometimes our circumstances of life, maybe a parent is sick, maybe a child is sick, maybe a financial situation, whatever it is. Embody it, own it, become self-aware of it for a few minutes, with everything that you carry. And then walk back into your studio and say to yourself, I'm an artist on a mission. I'm an artist on a mission. And when you're an artist on a mission, again, you embody it, you own it, you believe it, it's yours. Then you work with intentionality, and then you become unstoppable. That's the formula, my friend. That's the formula. You have to believe it, you have to own it, you have to become intentional, and then you become unstoppable, right? That's what it is. And my friend, as I was thinking about this throughout the last few months, I decided to talk to our team at the Art Next Level, our coaches, and say, hey guys, let's do an Artist on a Mission challenge. Let's do an Artist on a Mission challenge, and let's make it free. I don't want anybody from anyone in the world that cannot afford it to not do it. Because we're a coaching program, and we have a lot of programs where in order to participate, you have to be part of it, because it takes a lot of work to create, to do, to manage, and so on. But let's give back to our community. Let's give back to our community, because that's part of our mission. Our mission is not only to make and create, but also our mission is to give back and to help other artists. That's why we do this podcast, or we do our videos, or we do everything that we do inside our next level, is because we want to give back. And so I said, let's create this Artist on a Mission challenge. And the way it's going to work is we're going to do it totally free, 3 videos. So the three of us who are the coaches inside our next level decided to make this challenge, and now it's available to you. So that's my gift to you, is the Artist on a Mission challenge, which I really want you to take it. Doesn't matter if you're having an amazing year or if you are having a really downer year. Doesn't matter. Take it. It's totally free. You have nothing to lose and a lot to gain. So this is how it works in the challenge. You sign up for the challenge. You go to theartistnextlevel.com. You'll see a banner there for the Artist on a Mission challenge. Click on that thing. Sign up. And the moment you sign up, that's when the challenge begins. So you don't have to go to a live Zoom or wait for a webinar and look for, it's at 10 p.m., 9 a.m., whatever. Everybody gets confused with those things. No, the challenge begins the moment you sign up. So you register for the challenge. And when you register, you're going to get an email. So make sure that you look at your email. Make sure that we're not going into your spam box or so on. It takes 10 minutes to get that email after you sign up. So it goes through the process. So you get that email that welcomes you into the challenge, and you're going to get a link to video number 1. So video number 1 is a video with Dr. Jaina Gomez, who talks about the importance of creating a mission statement for yourself as an artist, creating a mission statement. And then also she talks about how to do it. She gives you questions for you to answer to create, your mission statement. And then she also gives you tips and strategies to be a confident artist. Once you have that mission, how to embody it, how to believe it. You gotta believe it. If it's not just an exercise of writing, but it is something that you want to believe on, and that's the challenge that she will give you, on that first session, which is, like I said, pretty amazing, pretty awesome, and you really got to do it. I actually went through that process myself, and I actually wrote my mission statement. I did a bit of a paragraph, and then I summarized it, and I have now a mission statement that I love. I really like it, and actually she shares it in the video. My mission as an artist is to create art as a sanctuary where the spiritual intersects with the human experience. That is my mission. As an artist, as a creative, when I walk into the studio, again, I'll read it to you again. My mission is to create art as a sanctuary where the spiritual intersects with the human experience. And if you know anything about my own art, my work, my paintings, you will say, Sergio, that makes total sense. I can see that. And actually, I share that in social media, and people say that, yeah, I can see that. That's you. That's the power of a mission, right? The power of a mission is that people should say, yeah, that's you. It makes sense, right? So she helps you in video 1 to create that powerful message. And then a couple days later, I should say, you get an email from Dr. Aina that just gives you additional pointers. Like, let's just say you are an abstract artist, or maybe you don't have a specific theme, you like to do many things. Well, you gotta make sure you read that email, because she'll give you more ideas. And then you're gonna get on the third email, you're gonna get video number 2. So video number 2 is with our good friend, internationally acclaimed artist Drew Harris, who is one of our amazing coaches. He's also my co-host here in the podcast many times, which, by the way, he's gonna be back with us in the next episode. I kind of snuck in this episode quietly, but I really wanted to tell you about this free gift. But yeah, I'm sure he's listening too. He's gonna say, "Hey, I listened to that." So, but he'll be back. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So in video 2, Drew Harris is going to help you, take that mission into the studio. How does it look for an artist on a mission to be in the studio? What is that? What is that picture? It's not what you see on Instagram. Somebody, in a slow motion with this big brush and this beautiful lighting, and then the music in the background, kind of like going and like, wow, this is amazing, like that, like moving your hand up and down as you paint. Crazy good. But that's not what Artist on a Mission is in the studio, right? It's messy. In the studio, it's messy. It's complicated. Sometimes things don't work. Sometimes things break. Sometimes you encountered a block. Sometimes a creative block. Sometimes, etc. All the things that happen in the studio. It's not what we see on Instagram, as we all know. But Drew Harris, in his own style, the way he talks, you will love it, because you will feel, when you look at that session, as if you're sitting with him in his studio or in your studio, like if you're having a chat, like if you can ask him some questions and he will answer them, right there for you, and help you think about these things. So definitely it's going to inspire you on video number 2 on this idea of embodying your mission into your studio. And then you're going to get a follow-up email from him, again, with additional pointers. He's going to give you a challenge too, something for you to do. And then the last video, which is the one I will give you. As you guys know, I like all things practical, I like all things marketing. And I'm going to teach you and help you how to take that mission, which you just now wrote and created and believed on. I'm going to teach you how, and then now you are intentional in your studio. I'm going to teach you how to take that mission and share it with the world, through your marketing, through your website, through your social media, through speaking to others, through etc., etc. And the whole purpose of that, so what's the point, Sergio? The whole purpose of that is so that you as an artist have an easy time to articulate your mission, why you are here, what is it that you make, why you make it um, in the world, in just a few words. It's not necessarily like the idea of creating an artist statement that, it just sits in your website or when you have a show. No, it's actually being able to put it in easy words, like I just read mine. I actually put it now on my Instagram. Sergio Gomez Paintings is there. That's in my description. I already made some posts about it. So the whole idea is that people who resonate with your message are most likely to, follow you, to be part of your audience, to connect with you in a more deeper way, to get a glimpse of your ideas. And I have found that, and you will discover that on video number 3, as I'll show you some samples, how some of the most successful artists in the world are artists who have been able to articulate their mission, and you'll be surprised, because as you'll see that video, I have compiled a couple examples from very successful artists who you'll know their names, are able to talk about their mission in very easy, simple terms, very easy, simple ways. And when you look at it, like, yeah, it makes total sense, and that's the power of that. It's not just words in the sky, but it's also words that help you resonate with your audience in a way that they say, yeah, totally, it makes sense, I love it. And we all love people who are on purpose, who are on a mission. That's why we love, we all have our favorite musicians and our favorite artists and our favorite, sports people, athletes, and so on, right? In every industry, there are some heroes and heroines, right? Because these are people on purpose, right? These are people who have made it in a way, right? And we looked at them, we look up to them in many ways. So, everybody loves someone who's on purpose. And my friend, as an artist, you can be that artist that the audience that follows you sees and like, that's an artist on purpose. I want to follow him. I want to follow her. I know what she's making. I know what she's doing. And I'm intrigued. I'm excited. I want to be part of her community. That's exactly what it's all about. So in my video, I'm going to help you, to articulate that, simplify it, so it's really fun. And even if you have a hard time writing, I'm going to show you some tools that you can do it super easy and super fun and super quick, as well. You don't have to overthink this, my friend. This is not like, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. No, it's actually, you can do this in 10-15 minutes, and I'll show you how. So if you want this, my friend, which, like I said, is totally free, the Artist on a Mission Challenge, all you gotta do is go to theartistnextlevel.com, which is our website, theartistnextlevel.com, and then just click on the banner that's called Artist on a Mission Challenge. Or if you're on Instagram, go to Sergio Gomez Art, which is my Instagram page, and there in the profile link, you will find that. Or if you are on TikTok, again, Sergio Gomez Art, in the profile link, you will find that. If you are anywhere, you may be on social media, just go to my profile link and you will find, the link for the Artist on a Mission Challenge. So I want you to take it. Like I said, it starts when you sign up. So it doesn't matter where you're listening this podcast. If you're listening on September 9, or if you're listening to this on December 35th, that date doesn't exist, right? What did I say? December 31st, not 35th. December 31st, or next year. It doesn't matter. When you listen to this podcast, you want to make sure that you download that. And also pretty cool, we made some merch. We make some really good merch, like hats and t-shirts and stuff with the message Artist on a Mission, that you can also purchase if you want, as a reminder that you are an artist on purpose, that you are artist on a mission. So, my friend, I gotta get back to work. As I've been doing this podcast, I've been staring at my paintings that are in progress. I like what I see in one of them. I don't like what I see in two of them. So I gotta get to work. That means I gotta get back to work. As I've been doing this podcast, I've been just staring at them, thinking about them, multitasking, right? Speaking about Artist on a Mission and thinking, what the heck is that? What do I need to do to that painting? So I got some ideas brewing and cooking right now. I guess you guys inspire me as I share this with you. Thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you for listening. Make sure you listen to the next episode because we have a special guest. Our good friend Drew is going to be back. We're going to co-host a really awesome episode and you're gonna love it. Particularly if you're an acrylic painter, you're gonna learn so many things about acrylic paint and mediums. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So you're an artist on a mission, and I will see you at the next level.
Check out our website at www.theartistnextlevel.com, where you will find our podcast library, learn about our upcoming webinars, find resources relevant to your career, and much more. Thanks for listening to today's podcast, and we'll see you at the next level.